Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 2, Episode 3 of our gameplay through War of the Ring, and we are playing with the Lords of Middle-earth expansion, and we've already gotten, in turn 2, Lord Elrond is on the board, the Keeper of Vilya. Keeper of Vilya. And we've got the Gandalf the Grey, Keeper of Narya as well. So some of the keys of this is, it says, Lord Elrond, Vilya, mightiest of the three, use the Vilya Elven Ring counter to keep an action die you just used. This used die is neither discarded nor placed in the hunt box. So we get to play the ring if we want to use this. And we also have a shadow card on the board called the Lore of the Elven Rings, which says before action, if the die result is an I, you can change one of our die rolls. So before we jump into turn 3, quick shout out to the sponsor, Pontos Fathom Press. Check out William Mitchell's book 1 and 2 of the Quantum Locksmith Saga, Dead Sons 11, Locksmith of Quantum. You can check our other books out in the link. As usual, like and subscribe, trying to grow the channel. You can also check us out on our Patreon page, as well as on our other channel, Pontos Fathom Press, where we do a podcast every week. So thanks a lot for your support. So let's jump right into turn 3. We'll get out our game turn counter. So first off, we recover action dice and draw the event cards. So we are pulling these action die out, and we will leave one die behind for the shadow player. We've also got the Elrond die in play now. So we'll get the shadow dice and the Free People's dice. Now, as we add Aragorn or Gandalf the White, we can switch those out to gain 2 more die. And if we gain Galadriel, we can gain that last white die. Same thing for the shadow characters. Okay, so now we can jump into drawing cards. Again, we can only keep 6 cards, so have to remember to try to play some of these cards. We've gotten... Free people have got every little is a gain. Every little is a gain. Recruit 1 Gondor regular in each of Peligar, Loresnatch, and Lambden. Then draw 1 strategy event card. Well, this is a great one. Add 2 Smeagol tiles to the hunt pool. You know the way there. Okay. Half orcs and goblin men. Play if Isengard is at war. Well, Isengard is at war. And then the gates are closed if the fellowship moves 1 or through the remaining stationary strongholds. Okay. So let's go ahead, and that was our draw event cards phase. Let's go into the fellowship phase, where the fellowship will move, and the last known position of the fellowship is now 2 from there. We are not going to reveal the fellowship. Oh yeah, so that's sorry. We don't reveal the fellowship. That's moving comes later, so sorry. Okay, so we're still on the hidden track, and we're going to do the hunt allocation. So now the hunt allocation, we're going to leave that 1 die in the hunt box, and we'll jump into our action roll. So we can do a roll for the free people and our roll for the shadow. Okay, so we get 2 additional dice for the shadow into the hunt, and our free people dice and our shadow dice. We'll go ahead with our free people dagger, and we will use that to move the fellowship. Okay, and that die will get placed in the hunt box. Next up, we will go to the shadow player, and they are able to. They are all at war now, so I believe we can bring into play with our character. We can. Oh no, we have to use a muster first. So let's start out with Shadow only move minions. We can move our Nazgul anywhere on the map. So we can move Nazgul. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's start out with the muster. I believe we'll play a diplomatic. No, actually, let's start out with. Play an event card, muster diplomatic action. Only nations at war. Recruitments. Bring one character into play with a muster. So I have one muster. No, I don't have a muster. Okay. I have a character card. So I can move the Nazgul. So let's move Nazgul. Let's think that they're moving 2, so they're 1, 2, or 1, 2. Let's just move this Nazgul to here. Okay, so and then we can move that Nazgul out. Next up, we go to the Free People's Play. Free People will play a maybe they can play an event card. So event cards are. I have this one event card, which is every little gain. Okay, so we'll play an event card with our die, and we have every little gain, which will gain us 1 Gondor regular in Peligir, Lore Snatch, and Lambden. Peligir, Lore Snatch, and Langen. Peligir, Lamedon, and Lore Snatch. Okay, so we've got this played. Just every few regulars count as the war's coming up, so we're recruiting. Let's go to event for the shadow player. Event for the shadow player. If Smeagol's on the table, if all shadow nations at war, recruit 5 southern and easterling regulars in Gorgoroth and 5 Sauron regular units. So Gorgoroth is here. So we're going to have 5 regular units in Gorgoroth. So we've got these coming in from the east, we'll say, right? And 5 Sauron regulars in Nirn. Where's Nirn? Bar, Kahad. Okay, so we get 5 Sauron regulars in Nirn. Wow, that's a huge card to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a huge army massing up here. So we've played Mustering of Long Planned War. And we can take that die out as well. Okay, so next up, back to the Free Peoples. We've got 2 special dice. Let's bring. Maybe we can bring Galadriel into the game. Galadriel as well. Galadriel can be brought into the game if Elves are at war and Lorien is unconquered. So yeah, we can use this to be one of our musters. So we'll use this die and we bring Galadriel into Lorien. So here's our Galadriel miniature. Hey, if you guys want to go check out, we've got a painting video where we've done all these minis. We've got lots of painting videos out there, even for our Conan by Monolith, Joan of Arc. So go and check them out. We're getting there. Fun to paint them up. I always like to have them painted on tabletop ready. So I kind of go with that rollout where I get a new game, and then it's usually before I play it, I really want to paint the minis first. I just kind of have that. I feel like I'm all in. Okay, so next up will be a Shadow Player die, and we have a event and a muster. So let's play our event again, and we can play one event card, and we're going to play Isengard is at war. Recruit one Isengard unit in a region where a shadow army is present. So I can get an elite unit. So regular or elite. So I'm going to add another wolf here to Orthanc, and that one can go back to the box. And we're back to the Free People's Play. And I believe I will use a muster unit. So I'm going to move, let's move the Gondor closer to war with our muster. But even though we're not active yet, I'm still moving it down, and we can activate it in a bit. But it's going to have to be soon. And then back to Shadow Player. They have a muster. And let's have them well, they have army units, so they can move their armies. So let's have them move. They're going to move these armies here. Let's move them here, this army. And then let's move them all to Minas Morgul. So we've got a Nazgul and his army here. And that will take their muster. Oh, sorry, that will take their army that we just moved, okay? Right, and then finally we've got the Will of the West. Again, we brought Galadriel on. We can switch this to a, let's move this to a fellowship leader token. Fellowship will move again, and then we'll have to do, we have 3 eyes there, so we can roll. Let me just double check this here. Okay, so we can roll 2 of these dice, and we get a 5 and a 3, so we don't get a 6. So the hunt is not revealed. We can move the fellowship 1 more, and I think that's going to do it for our dice. So we'll see you guys in turn number 4. Thank you for watching, and check the link ahead, and we'll see you in the next turn. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.